Hello everyone, welcome back. You're watching the Data Labs. My name is Dilip. In this tutorial, we will learn how to transfer data from a data entry form to MS Excel table. We will also learn how to use lookup function to reduce the data entry job. Okay, so let's move to demo file and see how it works. So here you can see that this is the data entry form, and with this data entry form we will transfer the data to a Excel table. So first of all let's understand all the worksheets which I have used. So here I have utilized three different worksheets. The first one is form, and this is the user form. It's totally based on worksheet. I have not utilized any ActiveX control or ActiveX objects. So this is simple cell based form, and all these two buttons are, let me show you. So these two buttons are the shape rounded rectangle and again the rounded rectangle, and I have assigned a macro on this particular button on rounded rectangle, again on reset form. So this is very simple form, and we will utilize the same form in our practice file when we will start developing this data entry form and writing the code. Okay, so we will utilize this form. This is the sheet based worksheet based form. And if you think that you just need to utilize the user form, then you can watch our other tutorials. I will provide the link of that tutorial in description box. So in this particular tutorial our main focus is on coding. We will not focus on designing the form and supporting data. We will utilize you will create the table, Excel table, and then we will start writing the code to transfer the data from this form to the Excel table. Okay, so this is the simple Excel sheet based form. And the second table, second worksheet is basically the dependent data. Basically here we have three different columns. One is employee ID, employee name, and gender. Okay, so with the help of lookup function, like suppose user will enter the employee ID over here, and then with the help of lookup function we will update the employee name and gender whenever user will leave this particular cell. Okay, so in worksheet change event we will apply lookup function. So in that way you can reduce the data entry task. So once I will enter 141 and press tab or enter key, so employee name and gender will be automatically updated. And then we need to fill the department. So training and CTC, just need to enter the CTC like this, and you just need to click on transfer, and the data will get transferred to this particular table. So here we are not utilizing directly worksheets or cell basically. So we have created a table. You can see that this is the table, and the table name is employee table. Okay, so we are transferring the data from this form to database, and the database is table, not the worksheet. Okay, so let me transfer. And one more thing, so usually whenever we transfer the data from form to database, the newly added data gets added in the last row of the database. Okay, so it means so all the newly added records will be added in the last row. Okay, so but in our scenario, what I have done, I am just adding the newly added record on top of the table, basically in first row. Okay, so let me show you. Click on transfer and it will confirm. Click on yes, and let's move to database. And now you can see that this is the record which we have transferred now. So in that case, each and every new record will get added on row 2, and rest of the rows or records will get shifted down. Okay, so this is all about the demo. Let's open the practice file where I will utilize the same form. So we are not going to recreate this form and focus on designing, and we will utilize the same supporting data, and we will create the table, this table, and then we will start writing the code. Okay, so let's close this file. So this is the practice file, and I have replicated the same form. and supporting data, but a database worksheet is blank, so we need to create the worksheet, the table basically. So let's start typing the column header. So employee ID, employee name, and gender, and then department, then CTC, okay, and then submitted on, and the last one is submitted by. Okay, so we have created the table header. Just select the column header basically and press Ctrl T. So once you'll press Ctrl T as a shortcut, it will open the create table window. You just need to provide the range. So we have selected the range, the column header only, we don't have data. And here because the range is the column header, the first row is column header, so let's select this one, my table has headers, and click on OK. So once you click on OK, then this has been converted to a table. Now you can see that a separate tab is available for this table because we have selected this table, right? So in design we just need to change the table name. So the table name would be emp table. Okay, so now it's done. So our table is done. We have already replicated the same supporting data from our demo file and the same form, right? So let's move to Visual Basic application window to write the code. So to do that, you just need to click on developer tab over here, and under code group just click on Visual Basic, this particular button, or alternatively you can press Alt plus F11 to open the Visual Basic editor. Okay, so let's click on Visual Basic here, and now you can see that the Visual Basic window has been opened. Let's insert a blank module. So just click on insert and then module. Let's keep the name module 1 as it is. So first of all we need to write the code so that whenever a user will enter employee ID, then employee name and gender will get updated automatically, right? So let's move to sheet 1, that is the form, and here we just need to select the worksheet, and from events we need to select the change event. Okay, so just remove the worksheet selection change because we do not need that, and we just need to write the code over here. So let's start writing the code. So first of all let's move to Excel file and understand find the rows and column number for employee ID. So this is the cell where user will update employee ID. So the row number is 8 and the column number is 7. Okay, so we will apply the same row and column number while doing the coding. So let's click on Visual Basic and let's start writing. So if target dot row is equal to 8 and target dot column is equal to 7, then and here, and if first of all let's disable the worksheet events. So application dot enable, and this is the enable event is equal to false. So why we are making it false? Because see whenever we user will update any employee ID in row 8 and column 7, then this particular sub procedure will get fired. Okay, and then it will apply the lookup function, and then it will update the employee name as well as gender. But if it will update the employee name and gender, this worksheet underscore change sub procedure will fire automatically. So in that way it will fall in a loop. So to come out from the loop, first of all we need to disable the enable events and then update the employee name and then gender, and then again we will enable the events. Okay, so let's put a comment so that whenever you download this tutorial you will be able to understand why we are making it false. So Now we need to apply the VLookup. So sheets, and the sheet name is form, where we need to update the value, and the range would be, so let's move to Excel, and we need to update this. So range is G10 and this is G12. Okay, so range is G10 dot value, and let's move to Excel and write the, so let's update any of the employee ID. So here let's consider 141, so let's 141 and okay, and we look up, then the lookup value is G8, the employee ID, and the table array is available here. So need to select the entire range and press F4 to freeze this, and the employee name is available in column 2, so column index would be 2, and we need to match the exact match, so just put 0, and then now let's suppose the user will enter any of the ID which is not available in supporting sheet. In that way it will prompt an error, okay, hash NA. So let's put if NA, if error basically, and if there would be any error, then we need to update the blank. Okay, just copy this function and paste over here, and change the column reference number from 2 to 3, because gender is available in column 3, right? Now let's copy this formula, go to Visual Basic, and G10 is equal to, just use a square bracket, so open and close, and paste the formula in this square bracket, right? Let's copy the same line of code and replicate here, and the reference would be the row number would be 12, and here the column number would be 3 for gender. Now the lookup function is done. What we need to do, we need to apply the same function to enable the events, so that would be true. Now let's move to Excel and just remove this function, again this one, again this one, and press 141, enter 141, and now you can see that it has automatically filled the employee name and gender, and there is no formula. Let's put any of the number which is not available over there. So 152, you can see that employee name and gender are not available in our supporting data, hence either user can update the supporting data over here in this particular worksheet, or user can directly enter the data and transfer the database. So if employee ID is not available in supporting data, it means you need to update the employee name and gender as well as department and CTC. So this is done like the lookup function. Let's close this immediate window. Now we need to write the code to transfer the data from user form to, like the data entry form to Excel table. So let's go to the module and let's start writing the code. Okay, so we need to write a sub procedure over here. So let's give the name as sub, and the procedure name would be transfer. Make some room so that we can write the code. So let's declare a variable, so dim object list as list object. Okay, and this variable is to store or refer the table name employee table. Okay, and we need one more variable, and that would be for as worksheet, so sh form as sheet, and it will refer to the worksheet and the name is form. Okay, let's set both the variable. So set object list is equal to this workbook dot, so this book dot sheets, and the sheets name is database, because our employee table is available in database worksheet. So database and dot list objects, and the list object name is employee table. So here list object is nothing but the table, the Excel table which we created, and we are just providing the name of that table. So now we have set the obj list. Let's set the sh form, and this should be this workbook dot sheets, and sheet name would be form. So we are referring this particular worksheet. Okay, so now we have done with the set keywords. So let's check whether the table has any record or not. So to do that, if object list dot data body range, and we need to check the first row of data. So 1 column comma 1, so 1 is the row and 1 is the column. So we are referring the first row and the first column. Okay, dot value is not equal to blank, then and if. So if the first cell of this particular table is not blank, then we will insert a row, blank row, and then we will update the data. Then obj object list dot list rows dot add. So here we are adding a row, and the position of row would be position is equal to 1. Okay, so let's write the code to transfer the data. So with object list, and here and with. Now we need to refer each and every cell for that particular row on the row number 1. So data body range, and here the row number would be 1 because we are transferring the data to 1, and the column number would be 1. Dot value is equal to, we have already declared a variable sh form, so sh form dot range, and our employee ID is available in G8 dot value. So this is for employee ID. Let's copy this code and replicate the same for employee name, and then for gender, then this is for department, and then CTC, then submitted by and submitted on. Now let's change the reference to, so row number would be same, so 111. We need to change the column position, so that would be 2, and that this would be 3 and 4, 5, 6, and this is 7. Okay, let's change the reference. So employee ID is available in G10, then G12, G14, G16, and as this is for submitted on, so we need to update with the time, date and time. So let's format, and here we need to use the now function, that is the Excel function, and then dd yyyy space hh ss. and this is submitted by, so we need to update the username, so the code would be application dot username. Okay, so now we have done with the code, like to transfer the data from sh form to data body range for object list, the table. What we need to do, we need to reset the data, so sh form dot range, and we need to reset g8, g10, 12, 14 and 16. So g8 comma g10 comma g12 comma g14 and comma g16 dot value is equal to blank. Now we need to save this file because we have transferred the data and our database is in the same file. So this hook dot save. So we have completed the coding to transfer the data. So let's write a sub procedure so that it can be utilized to assign the macro. So let's sub transfer to table. Let's press enter. And now here we need to declare a variable, so dim I message as vv message box result. Okay, so I message is equal to message box open bracket, do you want to transfer the data to Excel table. Okay, here we are getting the confirmation from users, so we need to give two buttons, yes or no. So vv yes plus no, and as we are asking a question, so we need to show the icon that is for question, so vv question, and as this is the confirmation message, so title would be confirmation. Okay, close the bracket, and here user will have two choice, either user can press yes or no. So if user will press no, it means we do not user does not want to transfer the data, and if user will press yes, then user wants to transfer the data to Excel table. So let's check, let's validate. If I message is equal to vv no, it means then exit sub, no need to do any activity. If user will select yes, then we need to call transfer. So we have done with the transfer to table, this procedure. Let's copy this procedure and replicate this for reset. Okay, and change the name, that would be reset, and here we need to change the message. So do you want to reset the form, and if user will select yes, then what we need to do, we need to call like replicate this. So basically we need to clean the data where like g8, g10, 12, 14 and 16. So we have done with the reset function as well. So press save this file, jump to Excel, and let's assign the macro on both the button. So right click on is assign macro, and here this workbook, and transfer to table. Click on OK. Again right click on this reset, assign macro and reset. Okay, so we have done with both the macro like transfer to table and reset form. Let's click on reset form. Oh, so as we have not declared the sh form variable inside the sub reset function, so let's utilize this, the name as sheets, and the name would be form. So Do we want to reset? Yes. So let's close this. So it's working. Let's transfer the data. So 145. So I think 145 is not available, so let's consider 143. So 143. Now it's Geeta, female, so department is maybe HR, and CTC 25k dollar, and here it's taking confirmation, so click on yes. Let's move to database. Now you can see that the data has been transferred to first record. So let's do one more transfer. So let's consider 154 as employee ID. So 154, and department maybe training, and CTC would be 25k. Okay, just click on transfer. So it will get transferred to the first record data. Now you can see that the old record is available in the last, and the first is the newly added record is available in the first row. So this is all about the data entry form, where we can utilize the Excel table as a database, and we can also use supporting data so that we can reduce our data entry job. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe and comment. Have a great day.